Hey guys, it's me Arlene, Delicious Delights. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about my top 10 favorite gourmand fragrances that I don't own yet. So basically it's just like my gourmand, the ultimate gourmand wish list for me. So these fragrances have been on my list for a long time. I'm not in any huge rush to buy these fragrances at all. I kind of like to have stuff on my list to look forward to. For me, that feeling of looking forward to owning a perfume that I really like is for me a lot more fun, I guess, than actually just going out and buying it and then receiving it and you're like, okay, now what? What do I do now? Look for the next best thing. So these ones, they've just been lingering around also in my mind. Like these are fragrances that I haven't forgotten about when I tested them. They made an impression on me. So much so that even after testing so many other fragrances, in the meantime, I always say, hey, I really like that fragrance. I should own that. I should buy that one day. So I have 10 fragrances here. I will leave the top three, the three that I mostly want out of this list to the end of this video. So the other ones are not going to be in any specific order or anything. So let's begin. The first one is Serge Lutens Santal Majuscule. This is a fragrance that... Sorry, this is a fragrance that to me smells really close to a syrupy, delicious maple syrup. And that's what it's. I like eating maple syrup. I like the scent of it. I like the memories that maple syrup gives me. It's a Canadian thing and I'm Canadian, so when I wear maple syrup or when I smell maple syrup, I'm like immediately transported back to where I'm from. So Santal Majuscule, I find this fragrance to be in the same family as a fragrance that I already own that also to me smells very maple syrupy. I happen to have it here. This is my favorite, by the way, from Armani Privé line. This is Ombre Eccentrico. I used to talk about this a lot on my channel, not recently though, but I still really love it. It's so good. It is like, it is maple syrup, pancakes, sitting at the table with family and just having like that really nice like Sunday breakfast thing where you just eat and eat and eat, and it's just like so nostalgic for me and I love this scent. More so for cooler weather. It's summer now, but it still smells so good. Oh my gosh. But I still want Santal Majuscule. I just really like maple syrup a lot, so that's the first one. The next one here that I want to own one day is from the house of Slumber House, which is an indie niche house that I don't talk about. I haven't talked about at all, but I do have like their whole range of fragrances and samples somewhere in my stash somewhere, but I do want to talk about it one day. This is called Sadanne. This one to me is a boozy scent, and to me it smells like champagne, but if you can imagine champagne and then you throw in some like strawberries on top, and these strawberries are like super sweet, super ripe, so the strawberries infuse the champagne with this beautiful fruity strawberry sweetness, and then you sip it and you get this like really like big explosion of flavor in your mouth of this beautiful fizzy champagne and overripe strawberries, and it just sounds, I just love it. Ever since I've tested this, I've just loved it. It's always been in my mind and I do want to own this one day. Who knows when, but I really like it. So Sadanne by Slumber House. The next one here is from the house of Chabaud. And I used to own 3 fragrances from Chabaud and I was so dumb to sell them. It was a time when I was really kind of, well, I like the scent of them, but I didn't like that they didn't perform as well as I wanted them to. Like it was just a short-lived light fragrance. And now, how many years later, I do realize now that there's always a place in someone's perfume collection for something that is really light and something that you don't really want to last very long, something that you can just reapply with, or you know, just something easygoing. And Chabaud fragrances, their milk collection is fantastic, you guys, if you're looking for that kind of thing where it doesn't really last that long. So the one that I want to own is Lait et Chocolat. It's just basically Lait is milk and Chocolat is chocolate, so chocolate milk. And when I first tested this, I was in Javoy in Paris. I was like, oh my gosh, that smells like so much like a realistic cold glass of milk chocolate or chocolate milk, which is something that I loved, especially when I was a kid. I used to drink chocolate milk out of a straw, and then, you know, you can blow bubbles and then it could flow over the bubbles will like flow over onto the outside of the glass and down the glass. It's just a really fun thing. So Lait et Chocolat, I want that one back. Not back, but I do want that one, even though I like their other ones too. I'll probably talk about that in another video, like my most regretful, the perfumes that I regret letting go of the most. It would be the three from Chabaud. It would be in that list. Okay, so the next fragrance that I would like to own on my a gourmand fragrance from the house of Zeromolecole. I'm probably not saying that right, but this is also a milky scent, and it's called Lalao. And Lalao is a milk and sugar scent, and that is it. It's a very simple scent. It doesn't last very long, but I just really I like milky notes, and I really like the smell of milk. I like drinking milk too, but the smell of milk is just so, I don't know, therapeutic to me. Very like cozy and comfortable, and something that I like to smell like if I'm just chilling at home. There's another fragrance from this house that I used to talk about a lot. I have it here. It's called Bianco Latte. This is probably my favorite from the house. I've tried a lot from their house. I also like the Ia Ia, that's IAIA, and that is a really nice strawberry scent. But Bianco Latte, white latte is... I made a video about this saying it was like my holy grail gourmand scent. I'm not sure if it's my holy grail anymore, but oh my gosh, it's so good, you guys. It is the creamiest, butteriest, vanilla, whipped cream, caramel scent that is just so good. It smells like angel food cake too. So basically I'm thinking of angel food cake, and then you put an icing on top of it and then drizzle it with caramel, and it's a salted caramel, so you get a little bit of more kick to it. I really love it. But anyways, the fragrance that I want is Lalao, which just smells like sugared milk. That's it. And it's simple and nice and amazing. Okay, so the next fragrance here is from the House of Healy. It's called Coco Blanche. This one I have reviewed a while ago. It is probably my most... yeah, I think it's the best coconut fragrance that I've tried ever. The coconut isn't your like typical coconut. This one is like a very green coconut. You get the coconut smell, of course, but you also get the setting of where a coconut would grow. So think of like a tropical beach or something, or the forest. You can choose which one, but palm trees in the air, coconuts are growing, breeze of the beach kind of thing. You get the whole setting. For me, it reminds me a lot of a vacation that I took to the Philippines, where they were selling coconut. It was at this very secluded beach, and it was just the most picturesque, most beautiful thing I've seen this for scenery. Yeah, there was these people selling coconut, fresh coconut, where they just put like the straw in, and it was just really, really nice. And this fragrance reminds me of that time, and also it just smells amazing. It's just like a very unique coconut scent that doesn't smell cheap, or, you know, coconut scents can kind of smell like plastically, or sometimes it could smell like sunscreen. This one doesn't. It's for me, it's more like of a transportive scent, nostalgia, where it just brings back a lot of memories for me. Okay, so next up, I would like to own Creed Virgin Island Water. This one is so popular in the community. You guys know all about this one, I'm sure. It's mostly popular with the men, but I think that women can absolutely wear this. This is probably the best lime fragrance that I've ever tried. I have a small decant here that I'm going through. And after I finish this, I will definitely get a bottle of it. But oh my gosh, it is just the nicest, freshest lime coconut scent that is very realistic. It's like a cocktail, and you're, let's say if you're like at a resort, a beach resort, and you're sipping like a coconut cocktail with a sprig of lime in it, or a wedge of lime. Oh, it's so good. This is probably one of the best summer scents that is out there. Very fresh, cooling, delicious, mouth-watering, and it's just so good. So Virgin Island Water, Creed, worth the hype, yes, I love it, and women should definitely rock this for sure. Okay, next up we have a fragrance from the house of Atelier Dior. This is called Lune Feline. So this one, has a really cool bottle with these gold flakes floating around in it. It is a spicy vanilla scent to me. What am I going to say? It kind of reminds me a little bit of Lyra. Not the same at all though, but for me, when I smell Lyra, I think of Lune Feline, and like vice versa. So basically, it's just a really well done, boozy-ish vanilla scent with some spice, a little bit of cinnamon maybe. I don't know what the notes are, but it's just fantastic. And when I smell this, I'm like, wow. For the first time I smelled it, I was like at this clothing store in The Hague, and I was like, wow, this is really, really good. Like, what is this? I didn't even hear about the house back then. But it's just one of those fragrances that have been like, you know, so memorable, and I just remember it, and I was like to myself, I do want to own this. This is really, really a nice vanilla scent. So Lune Feline, Atelier des Ors. So now we have 3 left. These are the fragrances that I'm looking forward to the most. Gourmand fragrances. The first one is called Dolce Passion by Pantheon Roma. I've mentioned this perfume already on my channel before, but basically it smells like a chocolate rice pudding. And specifically, there's this Filipino dish called champurrado, which is basically, you know, rice pudding with chocolate milk inside of it. It's delicious. It's very comforting. It's like a comfort food, sweet, yummy, and it's just, for me, nostalgic because, you know, I used to eat it when I was younger. And yeah, anything from my childhood, if I can be transported to the good old days when I was younger, if I can just do that just by spraying something on me, then yeah, it's totally worth the money, because it's just fun. That's why I love perfumes, you guys, because of the ability of them to make me either feel a certain way or take me to another place in time, give me a lot of memories, or make me think of like a certain person perhaps. Yeah, so this is one of those fragrances. It is a very nostalgic scent for me, and other than that, it smells like a delicious chocolate rice pudding. Okay, so the second one that I would love to own in my top 3, this is Kerosene Follow. Talked about this a lot on my channel too. This is probably the best coffee scent that I've ever tried. I've been searching for like an holy grail coffee perfume, and in the beginning with Follow, I was like, I'm not sure if this is like the best, but now that I've been testing a lot more since then, it's starting to come clear that Kerosene Follow is the best coffee scent that I've ever tried, and I really like coffee. Mostly decaf I drink, but if it's early in the morning, then I can have a nice strong like caffeine coffee. Kerosene Follow, very realistic. It also reminds me of Coffee Crisp, which is this really nice chocolate bar, candy bar. And yeah, that's for sure one I'm gonna own for sure. Like, I don't know when, but I would definitely want to own that one because it's so good. Okay guys, so finally we're at my number 1 gourmand perfume that I love and I don't own yet. This is also something that I've talked about on my channel. I've reviewed it. If I've reviewed any of these, you'll see it down in the comments, in the description box there. So this is Floraiku One Umbrella for Two. This one in a nutshell smells like a fresh batch of blueberry muffins just straight from the oven. The blueberry muffins have been like overloaded with blueberry, so you get that really intense blueberry scent. And yeah, that's all it is. It's just such a really nice, warm, realistic blueberry muffin perfume. There's like tea notes in here too. I think it's Genmaicha tea, which is like this toasted rice tea. I believe it's Japanese. But just that whole setting, just put yourself in a bakery that only sells blueberry muffins overloaded with blueberries, and then also some tea on the side. It is just so yummy. It's like my favorite dessert, blueberry muffins. I eat it quite often and I just love it. And you guys, if you haven't tried One Umbrella for Two by Floraiku and you're a gourmand lover, please do get your nose on it. I think you will be surprised at how much you'd love it, because I don't see anyone not liking it. Like, who doesn't like the smell of muffins? And more specifically, blueberry muffins. Okay, guys, so that was my very long video of 10 gourmand fragrances that I would like to own. I guess it's just like my ultimate gourmand wish list currently for the time being. I would love to hear what you guys think about these perfumes in the comments. Also, do you have any gourmand perfumes that have been on your wish list or like you're longing for? Let me know that too as well, because I'm always open to suggestions, to trying new things. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.